All right. Hey, everybody out there in YouTube land. Welcome back to the channel. This is Rob here at Smirking Gun. We've got just about 13 minutes before they come back from from the break for episode 6. Knives and Thorns, I think, is the episode's title. Uh, a lot's been going on in this episode. A lot more than I feel like happened last week. They met some fun characters and everything, but this week it's all the soldiers table except the beginning. And I'm sorry, I'm just my narrative brain needs to connect things. And for me, these cold opens have always connected to something in that week's episode. And this one doesn't really have any connection. If you haven't seen the full episode of this show yet, you'll know that it's a soldier's day. They're not switching back to anything else. So even though I thought it was a nice moment between Valus and Octus and seeing Ashley get to play a younger version of Valus, seeing that side of her is nice and fine. I just don't understand why it's here. I know that somebody else told me, that it's could be representative of the Taconuses and the danger that they pose to the group that's out there now that they haven't, they don't know who, they weren't there to see the deaths that happened with Julian and Octus and all of that. I also noticed that it was filmed probably on a different day. And so just for me, my brain, and just my brain probably, if it's not going to connect to anything really in this episode, why is it here? That's it. It's a nice moment, but I feel like they could have done like a Tayor Sid flashback or something else that pertains to what's actually happening in tonight's episode, something that connects to it. So that's all. The ad was hilarious. Charlie, we hardly knew you. Apparently, Charlie's got some problems. He was the facilities manager. It's all a big joke, but I again, pretty funny gag. Kentuckians are monstrosities, according to Charlie. And Sam killed him. We also found out that the Mighty Nine that comes out, the animated show that comes out next Thursday, will be dropping 3 episodes at once. So I guess it's probably going to be another quick show, just like they keep doing on Prime. I don't know why. I don't know why they don't want to spread this show out longer. But we're getting 3 episodes, and I think they're around 45 minutes each. So we're getting close to 3 hours worth of the Mighty Nine in one night. So I imagine that we're getting like 3, 6, 9, 12 hours of a first season, which is pretty great. So everybody gets to look forward to that next Thursday, and we'll be covering the Mighty Nine animated show probably that Thursday, maybe Friday. We'll see, but we're definitely talking about it. The rest of this is more hanging out, finishing up the adventure with Olbid and his bid. We get to see some actual kind of like fun awkwardness between the characters that we haven't seen that much outside of like Julian getting the brunt of things. In this, we get to see a bit more conflict within because somebody acts on their own. Was this a character choice, or was this just somebody who got caught up in something and then because it seems like they after the fact they're like, oh, I did this because I feel compelled to, but in the moment it kind of felt more like I'm just gonna do it. But I did like that conflict between the characters, and I also was really surprised at how they resolved that situation, or at least for now resolved that situation. But it does have more character work for Tyranny. at least. Like we might start to see a lot more about what she's going through, because that's part of what the story's been kind of about here so far, when everybody's getting to have their arcs start to branch out. Tyranny has, really struggled to find her place in this so far. Right now, she's just been hanging out with Wikander. She's got this deal made. She doesn't want to go back to the pit. But she also doesn't want to be like the rest of her family. And so this was a really strange moment, because what they do to resolve it could end up biting them in the ass after the fact. And we are probably going to see a lot more strange things happening around Tyranny because of what happened in this. This could just be the first step towards revealing much more stuff with her. I really enjoyed our little gift from Ulbid to the group. I hope that at some point tonight they will get a chance to use it. Again, I went to Beacon to find out when the break was, so I cheated. So I know I know that there's some more that's going to happen that's pretty exciting, and I hope that they get to use those gifts that Ulbid gives them. And let's see, we get to talk about Wikander a little bit, his stake in things. I thought there was a lot of really funny stuff here. There was a lot of really funny stuff. And again, I thought it was really great how they resolved the situation. And it was nice to see Robbie. Like, I'm so used to seeing him as Dorian that Dorian's just a nice character. He's a nice guy. Cadigan is, just this complete opposite, which I think was necessary for Robbie to have a lot more fun and freedom to do some crazy stuff. And I myself was very happy to see how he reacted to the situation that they found themselves in after leaving Ulbid's place. And then we do get our first initiative since the fight at Octus Taconis's family's place, and where Julian's dad died and a whole lot of other people died. And I thought that this was a really unique initiative, because it's not your typical fight with a bunch of bad guys, where, it's, real danger, real stakes. In fact, I feel like this fight was more akin to how do we diffuse maybe this situation, because these people aren't necessarily our enemies. And it was kind of you could kind of tell from just how initiative broke out as a surprise that this was going to be handled differently, and it did. It played out differently, but the way initiative ends gives us even more questions about Wikander and what exactly is going on. And just as we were getting off, I was like, Wikander, the situation with Wikander at the end of initiative kind of reminded me of C-3PO in Return of the Jedi. But yeah, I don't want to spoil too many more things, but that's kind of the gist of it. And we'll be back tomorrow night. We're doing a live stream for Pluribus Season 1, Episode 3. So I probably won't record a video for Episode 6 until Saturday. So on Saturday, expect my full spoiler review of everything that happened. And I'm not even going to be able to finish tonight's episode until tomorrow, because it's after 11 o'clock and I've got to be at work at 8 o'clock in the morning. So if I want to get a full night's sleep, I'm going to have to miss the rest of it. But this was such an exciting episode so far. And I know that by going to sleep, I'm missing out on probably a great second half. But that just gives me something to look forward to tomorrow. So anyway, thanks for watching these. As always, if you're not a subscriber yet, please become a subscriber. And we'll see y'all on the next one. Have a great night. Bye. Oh wait, do I want to put my outro here? Why not? Ba 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 bum. Ba bum 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 bum.